Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me again. You know, earlier on today, and you can watch it on the channel live stream history, I had a great interview and a chat with Noel Wilcox of Reform UK, and he's standing in the Hemel Hempstead seat, not to be confused with the Hemel Hempstead down my way. It's just up the road from Watford off the M1. And you know, when you listen to the guy talk and when you listen to some of his ideas, it's very refreshing to hear a normal man like me, who's lived a normal life as much as I can, speaking common sense. And that is exactly the kind of treatment we need in our political discourse. You know, I did a video the other day where I said that I believe that Nigel shouldn't allow any MPs that are jumping ship into the party, obviously, and that's for very good reason. And many have been critical about the presence of Charlie Mullins sniffing around Nigel Farage, and I tend to agree with the sentiment. We need more people that are the likes of you and me, who've lived a normal life, who can contribute something. And it's very obvious that reform are seen as a threat. Not only a threat to the establishment parties, but also a threat to the media and the way everything is set up. One of the things I've noticed, and Nigel Farage has brought this up as well, I've seen on his social media feeds, is the polling. Because whenever you get a lead up to a general election, you get an idea of how people are feeling because of the polls, you know, leading up to the event itself. And when I checked probably 2 or 3 earlier today, just to follow up on what Nigel was saying, you don't see reform listed. You know, you see Labour, you see Conservative, you even see Lib Dems. I know, who are they? But you don't see reform. They're actually classified under the other section. Therefore, they're being repressed. And they're polling quite highly at the moment. You will see that wherever you do any research. You look at the media, it's always Conservatives, it's always Labour, it's always Lib Dems, it's always everybody else. You know, it's like a baton passing between one failure to another failure, and we're stuck in that same old circle, aren't we? Well, that circle needs to end. Is it reform? Is it some other method? Do we all turn up and say, I do not consent? That's, you know, that's for your own choice. But the point I'm trying to make, we've got this threat from the outside, or the establishment has this threat from the outside, and they're doing everything they can to shut it down. You look at the interview I did with Noel Wilcox earlier on today. There's a few thousand people watched that already. My Tusi, to a greater degree than me, exposes quite a lot on his channel, to the tune of several thousand views. There needs to be a concerted effort by me, other YouTubers particularly, to help publicise and advertise that there is a chance and there is a choice and a chance for change. Because if people keep on believing and following the mainstream, we're never going to have a hope of change, are we? It has to change while we still have a chance. You know, the other thing that disturbs me as well is when you look at a couple of the by-elections that we had, there's about 60% of the electorate just didn't bother to show up. All right, they might not have made a difference. They might have made some, if some of them turned up. You know, first past the post works in the favour of the establishment. It works in the favour of Conservative, works in the favour of Labour. Because if no bugger turns up to vote, they get returned, albeit on a small majority. So people need to wake up, they need to get out, get down there and do the necessary. And we're getting near that time. We're approaching the 4th of July. I still wonder why that is, by the way. I mean, Rishi Sunak, he's doing everything in his power to lose this election. Look at that stunt with the D-Day events where he buggered off early and insulted just about everybody by doing that. Not a good look. You're handing the election to Labour on a silver platter. So it remains, is it going to be a Labour government with a very different opposition, or can some kind of miracle happen? Interesting times ahead, but it's more than obvious that the establishment as a whole are trying to suppress reform, suppress the message. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, if you're on social media, give me a follow and a share on there. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.